What is happening, folks? My name is Robbie, and today I'm going to be breaking down my entire investment portfolio. That's index funds, stocks and shares like Google and Apple, and my entire crypto portfolio as well. So before we get into it, I just wanted to mention that, like always, this video is for informational and educational purposes. I enjoy watching other people's investment updates, what they're invested in, why they've invested in it, what their plans are for the future in terms of investment. So that's the reason I make these videos. Hopefully one of you watching this finds it interesting, or maybe takes some inspiration from it, or just generally enjoys the video. I don't want anyone thinking I'm just trying to brag about how much money I have invested, because in the grand scheme of things it's not actually a lot of money compared to a lot of other people. But I do find watching these videos interesting, and my portfolio updates tend to be my best performing videos, so people must like them. Anyway, in my last portfolio update, the portfolio stood at £73,836. That was a £23,000 drop from the previous quarter. So the main aim for this time round was just for things to improve, hopefully, not by a specific number, just an upward trajectory. So anything above £73,900 and I'll be happy. I can confirm this target has been achieved, but if you want to know how much it's been beaten by, you'll have to watch the whole video. So starting from the top, as always, I'm going to begin with index funds. I'm currently still holding 4 index funds. These are the Emerging Markets Index Fund, the S&P 500, the Germany All Cap, and the FTSE 250. And as always, I will note any newcomers into a category or any stocks, shares, crypto that I've sold in the last quarter, and the best and worst performers in that category. And a little side note to make, these numbers do also include any deposits I've made, and also any holdings I may have sold, then invested elsewhere. So for each share, a gain or a loss should be taken with a pinch of salt just in case. In index funds, the biggest gain at 17.9% was the FTSE 250. The worst performer was the Germany All Cap, which also increased but only by 2.69%, partly because I didn't really invest any more money into it recently. So, the Emerging Markets Index Fund increased by £79.28 to £2,180.92, which is a 3.77% increase. S&P 500, which is my biggest holding in index funds and probably always will be, this increased by £2,615.55 to £42,229.23, which is a 6.6% jump since last quarter. Next up is Germany All Cap. This increased by £21.64 to £826.22, and that's still a nice 2.69% increase, which still beats having it in a savings account. And the biggest jump with the FTSE 250, going from £719.25 last quarter to £848 now. As I previously mentioned, this also includes money that has been invested into the funds in the past 3 months. So we've seen an increase there of £128.75, which equates to 17.9%. I also have £151 in my Vanguard account, which is mostly just change from my direct debit purchases. For example, if I have a direct debit for £100 a month and a unit of a fund costs £45, the direct debit will purchase 2 units at £90 and it'll still be £10 change. That remaining £10 will just sit as cash in my account, and this usually just builds up here and there. Then eventually I just stick it into an index fund like the S&P 500 or the FTSE 250. I'll probably stick it in the S&P 500 after this video. So in total for index funds, I'm sitting on £46,235.98 in index funds, and that small amount of cash. This is an increase of £2,793.03 overall, and that's a 6.44% jump. Next up is stocks and shares. The only new addition to this section is American Express. I invested in this because in general, I think society is moving more and more towards credit for everything. Personally, I'm a customer of American Express, and I think they have a good business model. With all the rewards that the cards come with, like points and cashback and things like that, it incentivizes customers to use the card. There is annual fees that the company will make money off, and there is also fees charged to vendors who accept American Express, so there's income from both ends. I'll probably continue to invest in American Express over time and try and increase that holding, but at the minute it sits at £362. Now, let's go through the list. Starting from the top, we have Warehouse REIT. REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, and as it says in the tin, it's a warehouse REIT, so it's warehouse space. This is currently sitting at £629.46, and that's an increase of 11.67% or £65. Berkshire Hathaway is next on the list, £478.89, which is an increase of £21.88 over the last 3 months, and that's 4.79% increase. Apple sitting at £739.30, that's an increase of £51.78 or 7.53%. IAG, one of the worst performers as always every single time, sitting at £179.26, that has dropped 11.43%, totaling £23.14. My favourite place in the world, Starbucks. Speaking of which, Starbucks up 15.32% to £978. Argo blockchain sitting at a massive £20.40, which is still a 6.25% increase of £1.20 in 3 months, 40p a month. Procter & Gamble hasn't been great, with a 6.05% drop to £339.65. Scottish Mortgage Trust increased £12.54 to £172.13. That's a 7.86% increase. Corsair, this one isn't good either. I actually invested in Corsair because I heard it mentioned in a podcast by Graham Stephan and I think Jeremy Financial, I think his name is, and he was talking a big game about Corsair, so I thought, oh, I'll invest in that. That dropped 7.78% in the last 3 months to £80.29. I'm just thankful it's not a bigger investment. AT&T provides a decent dividend, but it has dropped 21.64% this quarter, with a loss of £49.57, leaving it at £178.92. Surprisingly, I still hold Tilray, which is a cannabis company, I think. It was literally one of the first things I invested in when I opened up a Hargreaves account, stupidly. It dropped 3.39% and now sits at £19.93. I mean, who even cares about this one at this point? I don't. A couple tech stocks now. Meta, or Facebook, down 7.77% to £486.99. Netflix, up a huge 42% to £632.90. I'll put that down to that Jeffrey Dahmer series because it's the only thing I can think of that they've released and people have actually spoken about recently. Alphabet, parent company of Google, down 4.14% to £1,714.16. Amazon, up 12% to £2,025.09. Warner Brothers Discovery, which I didn't even buy, it just appeared in my account from some sort of mergers, acquisition, split thing, something to do with AT&T, down 12% to £30.81. And last but not least in this account, American Express, sitting at £362.74. The next 6 shares I'm just going to rhyme off pretty quickly. These are in my Etoro account, which I'm sort of trying to use as a little dividend portfolio just to see how it progresses. BP, up £35.41 to £239.79. That's 17.33%. Shell, up £32.93 to £242.82. That's 15.73%. Imperial Brands, up £18.79 to £214.25. That's 9.61%. Persimmon, down £20.55 to £128.42. That's minus 13.79%. UK Commercial Property Trust, down £5.28 to £205.19. That's minus 2.5%. And finally, Evraz, which is a Russian company. I invested just before Russia invaded Ukraine. Unbeknownst to me, that was going to happen. So it's up 8.43% on paper, but that's actually just due to exchange rates changing. It hasn't actually moved price since, I believe, March or maybe April, whenever Russia invaded Ukraine. My FREETRADE account, that sits at £182.93. And one of the great things about that account is I've received numerous free shares on that for nothing. Basically, how that works is if you click on the link to FREETRADE in the description and create an account, you'll receive a free share for creating an account, and that can be anywhere between £3 and £200. And I'll also get a free share for referring you to their platform. So if you're already looking to take the plunge and get started investing, click on the link in the description, make an account, and you'll at least get a free share. I also have mentioned previously that I have invested in 2 private companies, and I plan to make a video about this, but I swear I will get round to it eventually, so they will remain nameless until I make my video. The total of these 2 investments is £5,922.72. So all in, with Hargreaves Lansdown, Etoro, FREETRADE, and the individual companies, the stocks and shares category currently sits at £16,499 and 67 pence. This is an increase over the past 3 months of £901 and 29 pence, which is an increase of 5.78%. It's pretty decent. But now for the final category, the most volatile and stress-inducing of them all, crypto. So no new additions to crypto this time, because it gives me a massive headache, so I'm just trying to let it ride for the minute. The biggest gain in this category, however, is Ripple at 57%. Worst performer was Cardano, which did increase, but only by 0.87%. So no losses at all in crypto this quarter, which is good. First up is Bitcoin, sitting at £13,475 and 69 pence. We all know how much crypto can fluctuate up and down, and at one point only my Bitcoin holdings were at £40,000. But easy come, easy go, I'm still holding for the long term, so I'm just going to ride the wave. The Bitcoin holding is up £893 over the past quarter, which is a nice increase of 7.1%. Ethereum sitting at £2,290 and 45 pence, an increase of £545 and 14 pence, which equates to a 31.23% gain. Next on the list is Luna, which has had quite the controversy recently. Luna is currently sitting at £28 and 96 pence, which is an increase of £6.32. This was £3,430 last year. Until Do Kwon, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's the man from Korea who founded Luna, and he done a run up. Bolted. He's now currently on the run from Interpol for stealing everyone's money. Complete disaster of an investment, but I did cash some of it in last year, so silver linings in that. Ripple is next, sitting at £189 and 66 pence, and that's an increase of 57%. Cardano sitting at £71 and 3 pence, up 61 pence. Why even bother? Solana, which was a personal favourite last year, sits at £144 and 5 pence. Shiba Inu sitting at £64 and 85 pence, up 18.34% on the last quarter, and Floki Inu. This was hands down the dumbest investment I've ever made. Currently sitting at £88 and 1 pence. It is up 32.93% on the last quarter. It cost me £2,000 last year, so it's down 95.5% overall. Dumb. I also invested that £2,000 into Floki the week I was moving into this house, and that £2,000 could have paid for the flooring, it could have paid for the carpets, it could have paid for some furniture. It's now worth 80 quid. So that brings us up to speed for crypto. And before I go into the totals, I thought I should mention the platforms that I use to invest in crypto in case anyone else wants to get involved. So I use Coinbase for my recurring purchases on Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'll stick a link in the description to Coinbase. If you use that link, you get some free Bitcoin and I get some free Bitcoin. And the same goes for Blockfi. This is actually where I hold a substantial portion of my Bitcoin and Ethereum because it pays a small amount of interest. If you use the link that I've put in the description for Blockfi, you'll also get some amount of free Bitcoin, and so will I. So if you were looking to make an account somewhere anyway, click the links in the description, you'll get some free stuff, and I'll get some free stuff. Anyway, total numbers are as follows. Last quarter, the crypto portfolio sat at £14,798. It has now increased to £16,352 and 70 pence. This is an overall jump of £1,554 and 70 pence. A nice gain of 10.51% over the last quarter. And time for the final total numbers. Last quarter, the total portfolio value was £73,836 and 33 pence, and the target set was literally just anything above that. And I'm happy to say the portfolio has increased to £79,088 and 35 pence. That's an increase of £5,252 and 2 pence, a healthy 7.11% increase. Granted, last quarter did drop 26%, so I'm still sort of just hoping that the portfolio can start some sort of upward trajectory again. So now the only thing left to do is set the target for next portfolio update in 3 months. Typically, I like to try and add between 5 and 10% to my portfolio every quarter, which is an unsustainable number long term, but it's my target for now until the numbers get a bit too big for me to be able to contribute towards that as well. Working from £79,000 and adding 5%, that would put me at £82,950 by January. But the way the economy is just now, with rising interest rates, inflation exploding, the pound is at an all-time low, who knows what might happen. So I'm going to set a realistic target. I just want to maintain £79,000. Anything above that is a bonus. If I can check in here in January and my portfolio stays above £79,000, I'm happy. Will I achieve that target? You'll need to subscribe to the channel so you can see the next portfolio update in 3 months and find out. Thank you as always for watching, folks, and I'll see you again on Thursday. Take it easy.